What's indeed going on, Jerome's? It's a beautiful Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and your Vikings are headed to Las Vegas, as well as half the state of Minnesota. All the Vikings fans invading Sin City. But Friday news dump. Let's dive on in. So, the Steelers. The Steelers are down bad, man. So the Steelers were 7-4, and then they lost consecutively to the Cardinals and the Patriots. So now they're 7-6, and just taking the temperature of the Steelers fan base, it seems like a lot of them are sort of over Tomlin. And I don't necessarily blame Tomlin for all the things that are wrong with the Steelers. I think that he is a fantastic coach. I think that I would probably put him number 4 right now because Belichick and the Patriots are done. So I would go Andy Reid. I would go John Harbaugh. I would go Shanahan. And then I would go Tomlin. In the mix there. So, the whole thing about it is that, hey, if the Steelers ever fire Tomlin, there'd be about 27 teams just like champing at the bit to go sign him. And so, if they fire Tomlin, I like Kevin O'Connell a lot, don't get me wrong, but bring back that love and feeling. Come on, one time, man. One time. Also, one time is Justin freaking Jefferson is going to be back for the first time this season after his hamstring issue. Woo, woo. Our guy Eli Corbett is absolutely on one. So JJ, business trip. Love that he's love that he's flying private. Love that there's a calendar on the private plane, and I love that he's not even looking at his laptop. It's great, man. Also, so the approach, like did they do a loop around because he's going by the stadium, but Reed now is over to the east. So either JJ is coming in from LA or they did a loop because there was a backlog of McCarron. I don't know. Either way, love Eli Corbett's art and love that JJ is going to be getting after it, and he's going to be catching bombs from the Pastronaut. Right. So Josh Dobbs is the guy that they're rolling with this week. Again, I fully understand that he's very divisive amongst the fan base right now, but God, he's our guy. Got to roll up behind him. Hopefully the Pastronaut does indeed launch. And he had some interesting quotes this week. So Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who's not Carl Gershman, quote, Josh Dobbs said this: "There's no reason to blow it up, man. We just got to do what we're good at, protect the football, and make the routine plays when we're out there." Josh Dobbs upon receiving a chance to preserve his starting quarterback job. Now, things that we're good at. Protecting the football, you are not good at that. And make the routine plays. You were also not good at that. So, I don't know, man. But, Josh Dobbs was fantastic when basically they're just playing schoolyard football against the Falcons and first half against the Saints. But hopefully he can settle in, and hopefully Kevin O'Connell can adjust his offense. And also, don't discount Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the game, coming back into this offense. I think that it potentially could open things up, and the Vikings certainly could and should get things done against the Raiders. And this season has been extremely frustrating. So Kevin Seifert again. From the thin margins department, the Vikings have the NFL's smallest average margin of defeat, 3.8 points through 12 games this season, via ESPN Stats and Info. So what's tough is that the Vikings, all of their losses are by one score. And you lost by 3 to the Bucs, allegedly, 6 to the Eagles. 6 to the Eagles, 4 to the Chargers, 7 to the Chiefs, 1 to the Broncos, and 2 to the Bears. All right, so, yeah, it's a whole woulda, coulda, shoulda thing. Take care of the football, and maybe those games go your way. And it's such a lazy narrative. It's like, oh, they're getting back next year, regression to the mean, all that stuff. Now, to a degree, sure, but also the Vikings. So freaking frustrating, man. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Something I can believe, and something that's great, is Phil Lodeholt, former fantastic right tackle for the Vikings. Hey, remember when it was like Lodeholt and McKinney and Matt Burke and then Sully all up in there, and then it was Hutchinson. Those are good offensive lines, man. But Matt Zenitz, writer for 24/7, Colorado has hired Phil Lodeholt as its new offensive line coach. Souse tells 24/7 Sports. Lodeholt, the former Oklahoma and NFL offensive lineman, was on staff at OU as an analyst, and it's something that the Buffaloes need. What was that? Anyways, so certainly something that Deion Sanders and the Buffaloes need because their offensive line was the worst in FBS, and Shedeur Sanders got completely shelled this year. But the offensive line got to get sutured up, and we said it's going to take some time in Boulder, but getting recruits, getting transfer portal guys, it's going to be great. And Lodeholt has got himself a star in the upcoming class. PFF College 5-star offensive tackle Jordan Seaton has committed to Colorado per blah, blah, blah. Seaton is the number 1 offensive tackle in the 2024 class per blah, 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 blah. So a guy from IMG Academy, a guy that's built like this, is going to be Lodeholt's protege, and I think that Shedeur Sanders is actually going to be protected. Who knows, man? Someone also knows that Jordan Hicks, and the more that I learn about Jordan Hicks's shin injury, the more it's horrifying, because when it happened in the game, it's just like, okay, it's a shin injury, it's a bruise, it's whatever, but it got bad. So again, Seifert, Vikings linebacker Jordan Hicks met with reporters for the first time since he was hospitalized after developing compartment syndrome in his right leg, November 12th. He described excruciating pain, sweating profusely, curled in a fetal position, but he suffered no permanent damage. Although, so we can make jokes now because Jordan Hicks seems to be okay, but excruciating pain, sweating profusely, curled in a fetal position is how I watch Vikings games, and how a lot of people do too. Hicks has a long scar on his leg, which doctors opened and left open for 4 days. So you just had like an open gash on your leg for 4 days. That's crazy, man. To relieve pressure, swelling from what was originally a shin bruise. But Hicks thinks that he can return this season. We're pretty optimistic about being able to come back this year, he said. So, again, reason 9,572 that football players are tougher than we are, but I can't even imagine if that happened to me. I'm done. I'm done. Like, put me in Kirk Cousins' rascal. I'm done. It's over. It's finito. But I just can't imagine that. So I'm not really a fan of surgery as it is, but just sitting there, laying in the bed, you're watching HGTV, and it's just open. It's just open air. Just like, it's just US Bank Stadium when they actually have the doors open, which is never. But it's just like, whew, your leg is just open to the world, man. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Also, something that's awesome is Vikings. My Cause, My Cleats going down this week, and everyone's wearing custom cleats, supporting their foundations and charities and charitable endeavors, which is something that I love. And players are really getting involved. And Josh Dobbs, Josh Dobbs is supporting his Astro Foundation, which is great, man. Providing grants and scholarships, STEM fields. It's great. Something I love about this, where you find guys' causes, and a lot of times it's, they support a foundation because, a family member got sick or passed or had an affliction, or, they came up and they got support through an organization and they're paying it forward. It's great. It's great, man. All right. But that's it. That is a beautiful Friday Vikings news dump. Bring Tomlin home. I keep thinking about the Jordan Hicks, and his leg was just like filleted. It's weird, man. It's weird. Anyways, let's know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.